All right, welcome. Today I'm just gonna let you accompany me while I mark up the charts for my session. So now it's actually before the session, half an hour before the session. I usually head to the charts. It's 9 a.m. now in New York. For me, it's 3 p.m. And I'm always starting with the 4-hour chart here. So we had that 4-hour range here. We dropped all the way down, took out this low, and now we're approaching these lows. So we didn't take out this one yet, and we also didn't take out this one, obviously. So I'm just gonna mark that with 4-hour lows. And then below that, I think there might be something on the daily here, actually. Yeah, perfect. So I'm gonna mark up the daily busy. And then there is also this gap in here, which I'm gonna mark up as the N walk. Whoops, I was on the lower time frame. Yep. Just gonna fixate that here. Bring to the front. All right, so that was the daily. We have that gap. We'd also have one down here as well, but I don't think we're gonna go that low. On the weekly, we also have a gap, which is this right here. So the CE here is also strong level. So shorting today might be difficult, seeing that here, seeing these major support levels. Just also gonna do that as green, probably. Mark that up with a brighter outside. All right. So far as going lower, Sibi's in here. We have one right there. 50, 75. So let's include that one. That's Sibi. All right, let's go down to the hourly. Also, he cleaned up, bro. The market already moved so much this week. It's genuinely crazy. Like Monday was here, so we first moved up and then all the way down here. So I really don't think that we're gonna move too much today. So I'm gonna be very, very patient. But we do have clean highs here. So that's 1 hour relative equal highs. Mark that up. And then, okay, this is playing. So our hourly gap is here. Hourly Sibi. Okay, so this one could be interesting for today. The relative equal highs and the hourly Sibi to be filled to CE level here. This would be interesting. And down here we have the hourly trend liquidity. And our trend LQ. Q. What the fuck? LQ. No. All right. 15 minutes. Okay, we have clean highs up here. I really like these. Nothing too special in here. On the 15-minute, we just have this one gap here. But that's basically it for the 15-minute. And then 5 minutes, basically the same thing here. Let's just mark up. Wait a second, that's 95. That's also 95, okay. So we technically have a small one in here. And then this bigger one up here. I'm always marking up the 10 a.m. flat here, boom. Because until 10 a.m. I expect the Judas swing to happen. All right, another 1 minute, we're just going lower, moving sideways here, so that's not too interesting. And there's also still like half an hour now till market opens, so that a lot can change on the lower time frame. So I usually just stop at the 50-minute. And the next thing would be my scenarios for today, right? So first scenario is going to be, we're gonna go back up into these, mitigating, going lower, taking out the hourly trend liquidity, and then looking for a reversal back up here, right? So that would be the first scenario. I'm always saving these to enter into my thing here. All right. So that's the first scenario. Second scenario could be not mitigating up here first, but directly going lower, right? And with lower, I mean either we just take out the hourly trend liquidity, or we will go all the way down here. Doesn't really matter. And then looking for something like this to happen, right? That's my second scenario. Just like that, copy. All right. And then third scenario would be that we will first go for this one and then distribute lower into hourly and then these lows down here. That would also actually be interesting, because then the hourly into 4 hourly would be completely on our side, and the trend liquidity is always a nice draw. But we have this dotted line or dashed line here is the daily BISI, and we perfectly reacted off of that. So shorting into that is probably not a good idea, but we'll see what happens today. So that's scenario 3. All right. And I'm just basically in my journal, sending these screenshots and then writing each scenario, what I expect price to do. And that's essentially how I go into the session. So that took me now it usually takes 5 to 10 minutes. And I usually start at 9 a.m. and then 9:30 is the open. So these are my scenarios for today, and we'll see what happens later. And if I trade, I might load it up. But probably I'm already done for the week. I'll see. So see you next time. Peace.